from the NBC 10 Broadcast Center, this is your weather station. Voted Station of the Year and Best Newscast by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters. This is NBC 10 News, live at 6.
Hello and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Nick Summer. Our top story at 6, a man and 2 juveniles have been killed in Ouachita Parish after a fatal car crash. On Friday around 11:40 p.m., Louisiana State Police Troop F responded to a 2-vehicle crash which occurred on LA Highway 34 south of LA Highway 841. This crash claimed the lives of a 68-year-old man and 2 12-year-olds, all from West Monroe. The preliminary investigation revealed that a 2007 Mitsubishi Endeavour was traveling northbound on LA Highway 34. For unknown reasons, it crossed the center line into the southbound travel lane, which collided with a 2005 Ford F-250. All 3 passengers from both vehicles were pronounced dead on the scene. Routine toxicology samples were collected and submitted for analysis. Well, Lazar Park is hosting the 31st annual Big Bass Fishing Tournament this weekend. Reporter Ben Schaefer has the latest.
There's fish to be caught and money to be awarded at the 31st annual Big Bass Fishing Tournament. However, these fishermen are also out here to support a great cause. This morning, over 600 fishermen took to Lazar Park on the banks of the Ouachita River, hoping to hook the biggest catch. The Big Bass River Tournament offers weigh-ins every hour, with the top 10 taking part in a prize pool of $3,000. But for everyone in attendance, there's more than just prize money to think about. All proceeds from the event are being donated to the Ronald McDonald House charity.
The mission statement of the Ronald McDonald House is to provide a home away from home for families that have children in the hospital. This is the signature fundraiser for the Ronald McDonald House, and the money goes back into the house. And we're in partnership now with St. Francis Medical Center, and so we're building a brand spanking new house inside the hospital.
If you are interested in making a donation, they say you can send a check to their office or call to learn more. Reporting in West Monroe, I'm Ben Schaefer from your weather station.
All right, thank you, Ben. The Louisiana Purchase Gardens and Zoo unveiled a memorial for Shirley the elephant and her zookeeper earlier today. A life-size metal statue of Shirley was erected as a tribute to both Shirley and her longtime caretaker, Solomon James. Zoo officials say they were working on a surprise tribute for James, but he passed away on March 9th before he could see it. The sculpture looks just like Shirley with her broken ear and broken leg. A hat was also added as a representation of Solomon and as a symbol that Shirley is holding onto him, a memory that James's sister says she will always be grateful for.
That's really neat. I like that. I wanted to break down and cry, but I hold it in. I'm trying to stay strong because I really missed him. He left us so fast, but I really appreciate what they've done. It's wonderful.
Well, a new upgraded playground is coming to Winsboro this summer. The anticipated project is being built at Davis Park by several community leaders and volunteers. The early planning process started about a year ago by the Franklin Parish Economic Development. Community officials say the budget for this playground is $250,000, a budget received by a local organization, funded grant, and other private donations. The playground will feature everything from new surfacing that is wheelchair accessible, slides for children with disabilities, and much more. While hundreds of people turned out along a procession route to honor a fallen Mississippi police officer who was shot and killed in the line of duty. Meridian police officer Kenneth Kroom was killed Thursday while responding to a domestic violence call. Authorities say the suspect's pregnant fiancee was also killed in the shooting. Police arrested a 31-year-old man on Friday. Friday evening's procession stretched almost 100 miles from Meridian, Mississippi to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where Kroom's family lives. Well, now heading to El Dorado, one local nonprofit is working to ensure residents stay cool this summer. NBC 10's Scarlett Gully joins us with the latest details.
The Orlando Reed Senior Foundation is hitting the streets of El Dorado to help residents combat those high summer temperatures.
Giving back to our community, taking care of those who need our help during this summer heat. Because we know the summer can get crazy, so we're trying to keep everyone cool.
On Saturday, community members joined the foundation to hand deliver 15 fans to local senior citizens, families, and individuals in need. President and CEO Orlando Jr. says the foundation strives to bring the community together and take care of those in need, all in honor of his late father, Orlando Reed Sr.
Trying to create unity within our community, so we're hoping to plant seeds that will bring others out to help us grow them.
The foundation is still accepting donations, and they plan to bring the drive back next year.
Be a great influence on others. It's going to enlighten the community and let them know also that there's more to come. We're looking forward to having a yearly continuance of this.
If you or someone you know is in need, visit miraculous.com for more information.
Reporting in El Dorado for your weather station, I'm Scarlett Gulling.
Well, if you're looking for something to do tonight, the South Arkansas Symphony is hosting an exciting collaboration. Soon the Municipal Auditorium will be filled with community members eager to see the show live for the first time. The Symphony joins Arkansas Festival Ballot as they wrap up the production of Snow White. Artistic Director of Arkansas Festival Ballot explains why the collaboration came to El Dorado.
The most magical part about this collaboration is we get to bring this ballet to El Dorado and host it to a whole new audience and hope to entice, motivate, inspire the arts even further in this area, because it is always so rich with music and dance and artists and their works.
The final show takes place tonight at 7 p.m. Tickets are still available and can be purchased at the front entrance of the Municipal Auditorium.
And now, exclusive Storm Tracker Doppler weather.
So the entire Arkansas is under a heat advisory. Now, this heat advisory doesn't expire until tomorrow, Sunday at 7 p.m. Now, the reason why we are under this heat advisory is not only because the temperatures are relatively hot, but it's because we have a great amount of moisture within our region, which brings me to our heat index. Now, the heat index is just a fancy way of saying it's what it's actually feeling like outside. So a heat index takes in consideration the temperature of the air and the relative humidity. So in reality, the temperatures across the Arkansas are in the mid to upper 80s. But because of how hot and how humid we are, the current temperature, the weather conditions actually feel like a little bit warmer. So the temperature, it feels like 97 in Monroe, Ruston 99, Alexandria 102. Now, these warm and very humid conditions will continue for tomorrow as well. The forecast highs are going to be even closer to 100 degrees as opposed to today. So again, these warm conditions are going to continue not only for the rest of the weekend, but for this upcoming work week as well. The current temperatures are going to be a little bit above normal for this time of year. So again, make sure you are following some heat safety tips, which include drinking plenty of water, stay hydrated, put on that sunscreen, and reapply every 2 hours, especially if you are going to be outside doing any physical activity, because again, these hot and humid conditions are going to continue for this upcoming work week.
All right, thank you, Brianna. Coming up on NBC 10 News at 6, we're learning more about the gunman who opened fire on his coworkers at Columbia Machine Incorporated in Smithburg, Maryland, Thursday. That's coming up next. Stay with us.
NBC 10 News today, followed by the Today Show with Hoda and me for all the day's news.
LA Auto is having a huge 4th of July sale. Plus, we're giving away a 2009 Lincoln Navigator on July 4th to one lucky winner. Register to win now through July 3rd at any of our locations. LA Auto, with 3 convenient locations on Louisville and Monroe, and our new location on Stella in West Monroe.
Are you one of the millions of people who are searching for the answers to life's greatest questions? Well, the answers are still found in God's wonderful book. In an age of religious consumerism, pragmatism, and division, many are disillusioned, discouraged. But we can turn simply back to the Bible. I'm Kevin Presley, and I hope you'll join me right here on this station every Sunday morning for Let the Bible Speak.
Give me the Bible, holy message shining.
Get the 6-minute advantage with the live Storm Tracker Doppler radar on NBC 10, your weather station, sponsored by Homeland Bank. Where's your money? The NBC 10 Fox 14 Barron Weather app, sponsored by LevelTech. Is today a good day to mow? Find out with the mowing forecast. Mornings on NBC 10 News Today, sponsored by Twin City Outdoor.
Finally, a statewide mobile sports wagering app is now available in Arkansas from Saracen Casino Resort. Download the Bet Saracen app today and begin placing bets anywhere in the state on your phone or even other devices at BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas born and bred and the best way to bet on your phone. Start playing where you play.
Anywhere in Arkansas, BetSaracen.com is as close as your phone.
Matt the Gunslinger knows. Get Bet Saracen today.
I have a new career.
I have a new career.
I have a new career.
Thanks to Coastal Truck Driving School.
Thanks to Coastal Truck Driving School.
Thanks to Coastal Truck Driving School.
Referred by a friend.
Found out about Coastal Truck Driving School on the internet.
And I came and got the process started.
4 weeks later, I have a CDL,
Due to me working through the weekdays, I was still able to come to Coastal Truck Driving School on weekends to attain my CDLs.
A new life, a fresh start is just around the corner with one call to Coastal Truck Driving School.
Maya Hudgens and Hunter Elise, weekday mornings on NBC 10 News Today. NBC 10 News at 6 continues.
A gunman opened fire on his co-workers at Columbia Machine Incorporated in Smithburg, Maryland, Thursday, according to authorities, leaving 3 men dead and another wounded. The 23-year-old gunman, Joe Luis Escoval, went into work for a typical shift before leaving the building and grabbing a gun out of his car. The suspect returned and opened fire on the men in the break room. Following the incident, a Maryland state trooper got into a shootout with the suspect. A trooper suffered a minor injury and was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The shooter was also injured and taken to a hospital. He is facing 25 charges, including 3 counts of first-degree murder, and is being held without bond. According to the sheriff's office, he used a semi-automatic handgun to carry out the attack, and his motive for the shooting is still unclear. Well, weather is next. Meteorologist Brianna Medina is here. She'll have your full forecast when NBC 10 News at 6 continues.
Meteorologist Lexi Birmingham, mornings on NBC 10 News Today.
My 2022 Highlander. It's got a sleek exterior, and the interior, it's like my own spacious oasis. Yeah, my Highlander.
That's what I miss the most. What about you? Food, Jerry. I miss food. Yeah. Wait, have you ever been in a Highlander?
The 2022 Toyota Highlander, the SUV you've been dreaming about. Toyota, let's go places.
Have you seen foam lift concrete? With LevelTech, we can fix sinking concrete easily with polylevel foam. The foam fills the empty spaces under the concrete to raise it in place. No more tripping on sidewalk. Just call LevelTech. Level out that ugly concrete situation with polylevel foam from LevelTech. Raise your property value and decrease your chance of injury with level concrete. Don't replace it, raise it. Call LevelTech Foundation and Concrete Repair today for a consultation.
See the live video from El Dorado with the El Dorado Tower Cam. Every newscast on NBC 10 News, sponsored by Blackman's Furniture.
Aubrey's Graphics and Photography. You dream it, we print it. Right now, family and class reunion t-shirts are only $7.99 each plus tax when you order 50 or more one-color screen printed t-shirts. Plus, we also do much more. Aubrey's Graphics and Photography. Call us today.
Do you worry about going to the dentist? Well, relax. The Carefree Dental Card is now available in your area. Call the number on your screen and we'll send your actual card at no cost today. With the Carefree Dental Card, you go to the dentist whenever you need and you instantly pay a lot less. The Carefree Dental Card is just $15.95 a month. So call now and make going to the dentist carefree.
Call 1-800-631-0859 to receive your free Carefree Dental Card information kits.
I'm Greg Harrison, Financial Advisor for Ameriprise Financial in El Dorado, where serving your best interest is my #1 priority. For more details on how we can build a financial plan to personally fit you and your family, visit AskTheExperts at myarclemist.com.
Meteorologist Walker Snowden, weeknights on NBC 10 News. There are still many dangerous criminals on the loose in our area. Join Fox 14's Chelsea Bonet as she counts down the most wanted criminals in the Arklamis. The Arklamis Most Wanted Top 10, a 30-minute special. Friday, June 24th at 9:30 on Fox 14 News. Live Storm Tracker Doppler Radar, sponsored by Homeland Bank. And now, exclusive Storm Tracker Doppler weather with meteorologist Brianna Medina.
So right now we have partly cloudy skies across the Arklamis, which is rather nice because some of those clouds are blocking out some of that sun, which is giving us a little bit of relief from the heat. However, all of the Arklamis is under a heat advisory. I'm talking about Union Parish, Lincoln Parish, Washita Parish, Wynn, Grant, and this heat advisory doesn't expire until tomorrow, Sunday at 7 p.m. Now, when you go a little bit further north into our south counties in Arkansas, those heat advisories aren't going to expire until Sunday tomorrow at 8 p.m. Now, I know what you're thinking, Brianna, it's only 86 degrees in Monroe. It's only 87 in Ruston, 85 in El Dorado. We've experienced much hotter temperatures. Yes, that is correct, and y'all are right. However, the reason why we have a heat advisory issued is because not only the temperatures are rather warm and hot, but it's because of the amount of moisture and humidity that we currently have in our region. And our dew points indicate that the dew points are well above that 65-degree mark. And again, once those dew points reach that mark or above it, that is when you are going to start feeling that mugginess and humidity outside. So the current dew point in Alexandria is 80, Natchez is also at 80, Shreveport is at 78, and El Dorado is at 77. Now, once you take in consideration, or when you combine the air's temperature and the relative humidity, you get the heat index. Now, the heat index is just a fancy way of saying how it actually feels like outside to a human body. So even though the temperatures across the ArcLMS are in the mid to upper 80s, it actually feels like 97 in Monroe, 102 in Alexandria, 106 in Shreveport, and 108 in Camden. So it's relatively really hot outside. So make sure you are following those heat safety tips that we talked about earlier in the show, which are drink plenty of water, put on that sunscreen, and reapply every 2 hours, especially if you are going to be doing any physical activity outside. And make sure, or try to not be outside between 1 and 4 in the afternoon, because that's roughly the hottest time of day. And these warm and hot and humid conditions are going to continue for the rest of the weekend. Now, we are going to be seeing some clouds start to filter back in starting Sunday evening into Monday. However, these warm and humid conditions will continue for this upcoming work week. Starting on Sunday, we will be seeing a little bit more of a breeze. Those winds are going to be increasing anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour, which will give us some relief from the heat. But other than that, expect partly cloudy skies, and again, very, very warm temperatures. The heat advisory doesn't expire until Sunday tomorrow at 7 and 8 p.m. depending on the parish and counties as well. But for tonight, expect warm conditions as well. Tonight's low is going to be 75 degrees and mostly clear with some light winds. Now, how does the rest of the week look like? Well, we are going to be seeing some relief later on in the week. It won't be until Thursday, however, where some spotty showers will return back into the ArcLMS, but only with a 10% chance. But those warm temperatures will be persistent. The high for Thursday is going to be 97, as well for Friday and Saturday, along with some spotty showers Saturday as well with 10%. But again, make sure you are keeping hydrated and putting on that sunscreen for next week.
All right, thank you, Brianna. The Juneteenth flag was raised in downtown Buffalo on Friday as the city is set to celebrate the holiday for the 47th year in a row, but organizers say this year's celebration takes on another significance. These are file pictures of past Juneteenth celebrations in Buffalo. This year's celebration is set to take place next weekend with all the traditional festival activities and entertainment, including the Juneteenth parade next Saturday. But organizers say they are going to make this year's celebration a tribute to the victims of a racially motivated mass shooting at the Top supermarket last month. Organizers are planning to have a special area for quiet reflection and healing. Well, still to come on NBC 10 News at 6, the Saints now have 3 new members entering the team's Hall of Fame. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us.
Vision for Less owns selection, price, and speed. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs for just $38.71. Progressives 2 for $76.92. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. Vision for Less. Right glasses, right price, right now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kevin Finley. We know that there are a lot of people who just do not want to go to the dentist. Well, if that's you, we have a place where you can come and get what you do want. All the dentistry that you need without the fear and anxiety. Our doctors and staff will take away any embarrassment you might have about your mouth. IV sedation can help you get the dentistry that you want in just a few visits. In a safe, comfortable place, you can take a nap and wake up to a new smile.
How do we make your glasses the same day? It's all done in store. Our skilled techs handle your glasses from start to finish, getting them back the same day. Quality, affordable glasses made in store, only at Vision for Less.
Watch NBC 10 News Today every Friday morning and learn about the exciting animals and events at the zoo. Zoo to You on NBC 10 News Today.
The Fades You Crave deal just got an upgrade. For a limited time, get a medium frozen drink at no extra cost. That's a McDouble, 4-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, and a medium frozen drink for just $5.
Gas prices rising.
If filling your tank empties your bank, hurry to Vantro Toyota and shop hundreds of fuel-efficient Toyotas, including 10 models with 30 mpg or more.
I see savings on the way.
Hurry, get incredible savings with low 1.75% financing. Low 1.75%. Don't wait. Reserve your new Toyota today at Vantro Toyota. Now more than ever, right on the corner, right on the price.
The Fades You Crave deal just got an upgrade. For a limited time, get a medium frozen drink at no extra cost. That's a McDouble, 4-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, and a medium frozen drink for just $5.
The NBC 10 Fox 14 Barron Weather app, sponsored by LevelTech. And now, your Ouachita Valley Federal Credit Union Sports Desk.
Welcome back. The Saints now have 3 new members entering the team's Hall of Fame. Former New Orleans special teamer Fred McAfee, wide receiver Devery Henderson, and longtime athletic trainer Kevin Mangum. The Black and Gold took the 2002 Pro Bowler in the 6th round in 1991 from Mississippi College. Henderson, an LSU alum, ended his career with 4,377 yards on 245 catches.
I just wanted to be one of the guys that when my career was over, I could look back and say, you know, people could look back and say he did it the right way. He represented well, and, you know, he did what he was supposed to do as a man.
I came from a small town, Philadelphia, Mississippi. I did not fit the mold of a running back, so I really didn't even know the difference between offense and defense when I first started. I was in the marching band, but being from that little town, I felt like it was something I had to uphold of, like, you know, being from that little town and trying to be as good as I could be.
All right, here's League Lights presented by Century Next Bank. Well, now on to some hard-hitting sports news. A New York Rangers fan threw a punch at another Rangers fan following the game at Madison Square Garden Thursday night, and it was some kind of punch. Chris Jose has the story and a warning: some viewers may find the video disturbing.
Knocked out at Madison Square Garden, a punch thrown by a Rangers fan came shortly after the Game 5 loss to Tampa Bay. The Lightning fan out cold for several minutes. I spoke to the victim's brother. He asked us not to use his name.
We were just trying to get out of there like everyone else, and then all of a sudden a beer was thrown at us, and me and my brother kind of got separated in that second. And the next thing I know, I look over and I hear a thud on the ground, and it's my brother laying there.
After the initial shock, other fans helped his brother while he and another person chased down the alleged attacker.
The thud, like you can hear it in the video, like I'll never get that sound out of my head, like my brother's head hitting the ground.
Police say the man in the video is James Anastasio. He's also accused of punching a witness who tried to stop him from running away. Nobody answered the door at his home in Staten Island. His landlord shocked as he played her video of the attack.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. He didn't seem violent to me, as far as I know.
On top of numerous charges, Madison Square Garden told us the assailant will also be banned from the Garden and all other MSG venues for life. All guests, no matter what team they support, should feel safe and respected in the Garden. This has and always will be our policy.
Can't believe what could have happened where he got so angry to punch somebody.
Over hockey.
Over hockey. I mean, that's totally ridiculous.
A last look at your forecast after the break. You're watching NBC 10 News.
Vote now for the Twin City Outdoor Yard of the Year. Go to myarklamis.com and vote for your favorite yard.
The grand prize winner wins a Gravely Stealth zero-turn mower with free routine maintenance for 5 years, a steel trimmer, blower, sprayer, chainsaw, a trailer, and a grill. The grand prize winner will be announced Thursday, June 23rd on NBC 10 News at 6. Vote now on myarklamiss.com.
Brought to you by Twin City Outdoor, NBC 10, and Fox 14.
You can't take life for granted.
It's great to be back.
Oh my goodness! Flying high as ever!
This is my year.
We can do this together.
American Ninja Warrior, Monday on NBC.
A lot of things are going to fly by. Don't move.
Howie, shut up.
A busy intersection. It's full of roaring cars, honking horns, and the sight of the inevitable car wreck. It can happen in an instant. One moment you're fine, the next you're not.
You wake up the next morning and you can barely get out of bed. You don't just miss work, you miss living your life. Medical bills, insurance claims, the emotional strain. It can all be overwhelming.
At Campbell House & Company, we're here for you every step of the way.
Campbell House & Company, helping people. It's what we do.
What makes the ArkLaMiss a great place? It's the people, the culture, and the pride we have for our neighborhoods. That's why we have Louisiana Living, to showcase the good things that make the ArkLaMiss so special.
Louisiana Living, Monday through Thursday at 4:30 on Fox 14. Sponsored by Homeland Bank. Where's your money? Wake up and win with NBC 10. Register and you could win a $50 gas card. Weekday mornings at 6 a.m. on NBC 10. Sponsored by the Jim Taylor Auto Group.
Here's a last look at your 7-day forecast. The remaining of this evening and tonight will be dry and warm, as well as the rest of the weekend. The high for Sunday is going to be 98 degrees. So just remember those heat safety tips that we talked about earlier in the show, because this heat and humidity are going to stay here for a good while. Going into this upcoming work week, expect warm temperatures. Once again, the high for Monday is going to be 96 degrees. It won't be any relief for this heat until next weekend with some possible spotty showers.
Yeah, it's a little too hot for me, I'll say.
Very, very hot.
Well, that is it for us. We'll see you back here tonight at 10. You can stay up to date at myarklamiss.com. Have a great night.